Guys, somewhere out there, there's someone who maybe they have a YouTube channel, maybe they are working in remote sales, maybe they have a SMMA business, maybe they have a physical service-based business, or maybe they're an influencer, maybe they're a trader. I don't know what your goals were, but there's someone out there right now who is literally doing what you wanted to do 5 years ago. And the only difference between them and you is that they just started, right? Guys, somewhere out there, someone is living your dream. Not because they were better than you, not because they were luckier, right? Just because they started. While you were overthinking, they were taking the first step. And while you were waiting for the perfect time, they were making the most of a messy one. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in luck, right? If you're watching this right now, if this video found you, maybe you're hovering over this, just give me 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes and I'm going to tell you why maybe this isn't a random occurrence. Maybe the universe is begging you, right? To stop hesitating. Stop doubting yourself. Stop waiting. And to finally begin. So guys, time is slipping away, right? Just a second ago, I talked about how there's never a perfect time. It's the same thing with investing, right? I actually, Dave Ramsey, I heard say this a while ago, but I actually agree with it. He said that timing the market is never better than time in the market. So let's just break that down for a second. He's basically saying that trying to time the market to, let's say, start investing or invest a lump sum of money is never going to be better than just time overall in the market together. So basically, instead of trying to buy when it's red or buy on a dip, which by the way, you still should dollar cost average. But my point is just overall time spent investing is going to be the guy who day trades and tries to, do these crazy trades once a day and he does it for a couple of years. More often than not, 99.99% of the time will not have the same success as someone who just long-term invest over 30 years, right? So time is slipping away. Whatever your goal may be. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to, land a better job. Maybe you want to get in better shape or, learn a skill or start a sport. Whatever it may be, you only get so many summers. You only get so many chances to say yes. Time is going to pass whether you act or not. Do you remember when we were kids and we would go on summer break during grade school, during high school, things of that nature? I remember those summers being so long. They were so long. I swear time was slower back then. And I've talked about this in other videos and how I believe time is speeding up. But regardless, I think most people can agree that time felt slower back then. We would go on summer break and it felt like we had the whole world ahead of us. We felt like we had so much time to relax, hang out and play outside and do all these fun things. And now it just feels like time is going by really fast, right? I'm currently recording this on June 18th, 2025. It'll probably launch probably sometime in July. But, if you're watching this, it's probably, I'd say July 2025. Do you guys remember when New Year's Eve rolled around from 2024 to 2025? It was not that long ago. And all you guys are probably sitting there watching the ball drop. You're like, oh, yeah, this is going to be my year. Well, what the hell have you guys done? I'll tell you what I've done, right? I got a different job. I increased my income. I've lost 20 pounds. And I started a YouTube channel, and we're at over 10K subscribers in less than a couple months. So I'm not perfect, but I'm at least accomplishing some of the goals I set out for, right? So the only thing I would say is just start, guys. Just start. Stop worrying about the perfect time and just go do it. I'm begging you. Your life is like an hourglass. I need you guys to understand this. Your life is like an hourglass. And the sand is already halfway gone. But the worst part is you don't even know how much is left. So at least with an hourglass, you can kind of see how much sand is in there. You can kind of see or have a good guess of how long it's going to be. Y'all don't even know that. You could die tomorrow. Someone watching this video right now could get hit by a bus tomorrow. I mean, I hope none of that happens to you guys. I hope all of us live super long lives. But I'm just saying you can't control that, right? You can only control the inputs, right? You can only control what you do now. You need to start now. And you don't need to be ready, guys. Readiness is a lie. The perfect time never comes. And action is going to build the confidence, not the other way around, right? My girlfriend's brother and then her sister as well. They both and their spouses. They both recently had kids. Kids. They're both below 1 year old. The one couple has a daughter. The one has a son. But they're both infants, right? And I think the one is about to turn 1 here soon. The other one's like 9 months old. But regardless, they're infants, right? Babies, and the reason I bring this up is I was just hanging out with them and I saw them crawling around and like trying to walk, right? No baby ever practices walking before they stand up. They just do it. They just try, they fall, they try, they fall again, right? And they still do it, right? They still do it. They just fall, and one day they walk, right? Why they just walk? What's that one quote in the really one of the Dark Knight movies, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, where Alfred asks Bruce, like, why do we fall, sir? To learn to get back up. It's the same thing, guys. You don't need to be ready. You just need to do it. I even know this with myself. Like, when let's say I'm about to make some cold calls or make some sales calls in my job or like business stuff. There's so many times where I don't want to do it. I'll start like folding clothes, or I'll start doing stuff around the house, or I'll make excuses to not start. And I just have to force myself to sit down or stand there at the desk and get going and start ripping them. And you don't have to feel good to start, but you have to start to feel good. And once I get going in them, I start feeling good. And I always feel accomplished after I have a day of doing some cold calls, book some meetings, things in that nature. Or I do a landscaping job, and I commit to it and it's done and it looks great. Like, I always feel good after the fact. And I was never fully ready. When I was 19 years old, picking up a lawnmower and putting it in my truck and driving around and knocking on people's doors as a college kid to try to get business, I wasn't ready. I didn't know jack, about what I was trying to do. I mean, I knew some stuff, but I was definitely not an expert, right? But you're never going to be fully ready. You just need to try things. You need to try stuff. And the thing is, guys, your dream is not going to chase you, right? No one's going to come down from the sky and hand you your dreams. No one's going to come down from the sky and hand you a YouTube following. No one's going to come down from the sky, hand you a business, right? You have to go out there and really get the life you want, whether it's, in business, whether it's relationships, whether it's, physical or mental transformation. It's waiting on you, but it's waiting for you to make the first move, right? You need to plant the seed now. Everyone knows the famous saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, whatever. Well, we can't go back 20 years, but what we could do is plant that seed now. You guys need to be planting the seeds now. Stop hesitating and start watering those seeds. And the thing is, guys, hesitation is a thief. I can't tell you how many times I've seen videos on Instagram. There's one that comes to mind in particular, where there was a video of this chick about to jump off a cliff, not in a suicidal way. I'm talking about just jumping into the water. It was probably maybe a 50-foot jump. But she was about to jump and she hesitated at the last second. And because of the hesitation, she didn't jump, but she kind of stumbled and fell off. And then she hit her body on the rocks and stuff. So because she hesitated, she ended up falling not the proper way and then getting injured. Whereas if she would have just jumped normally and just jumped in, she would have been fine. And that is a very good analogy is not the wrong word, because that was a real story, but it's a very good comparison to life and about chasing your dreams. Every day you wait, right? Every day you put that off, your confidence shrinks, your doubts grow, and your windows closes. And matter of fact, you could be putting yourself in danger. Think of all the things you could have done by now if you just started a year ago. The fear you feel right now, guys, will be nothing compared to the regret you'll carry later on, right? The regret you will carry later on in your life will be much greater than any fear you have now. I mean, think back, guys, even think back 5 years, right? If you think back in your life 5 years, I don't know how old you guys are watching this, but if you're 30, 5 years ago, you'd be 25. If you're 25, 5 years ago, you'd be 20, whatever it may be. But think back 5-10 years, there's probably a couple memories you have where maybe there's some traumatic memories or something happened to you. But more often than not, most of your day-to-day things back then, you probably forgot most of the things you were afraid of. You probably forgot the stuff you were stressed about in high school, besides maybe the few key things. But the point I'm trying to make is most things that you're afraid of, most things that you're hesitant on, it really doesn't matter, guys. You just need to start. You need to jump in. And you just need to get going. Another quick story, but one thing that happened to me, I remember when I was literally 1 year old, I was young, I was an infant or a very young child. I remember my parents put me in swimming lessons, and the very first day, the dude just took me and just forced me to go underwater and took me to the bottom of the pool, and then brought me back up, and it was actually pretty traumatic. I'm not gonna lie, given the fact that I was super young. But looking back, it made me not afraid of the water. And to this day, I'm a pretty good swimmer, right? So it's like, you just got to just jump in. You got to jump in and you got to just do it, right? You feel this pull inside of you. A lot of you guys, if you're still watching this video, you probably feel this pull inside of you. You feel like this greater purpose, and it's not an accident, right? This whole channel, Level Up Strategy, is about helping you guys level up in life, becoming the best man you can be or woman you can be. And if you feel this pull inside of you, if you feel this greater purpose or this higher calling, right? It's not an accident, right? I would encourage you guys to listen to that inner voice, right? Not the fear, not the doubt, not society, but listen to that inner voice telling you what to do. Like telling you, hey, like, I want to try this. I want to go after this goal. I want to start this. Like, just start it, guys. Guys, the worst thing that happens is it doesn't work. It's fine. If you try to start a business and you fail and you have to go get a job, guess what? You would have had to get a job anyway. It's the same thing. You'll literally just be in the same position that everyone else would have been anyways. The fact that you're at least aware and have that internal voice and you want something more, that already like shows me and shows you that you just want more out of your life. And that's a good thing, right? It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. And the last thing I'll say to wrap this up, guys, is like I said, every second you hesitate, you drift further from the life that could be yours, right? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to start. There's this whole like concept in society that like, fear isn't good, or like, oh, I'm anxious, so I can't do this. Like every day I'm anxious to make cold calls and I still do them. Every day I'm afraid to, and I still do them. Every day, I get anxiety about these things or doing this. I still do them, right? It's hard. Like it's very hard. I'm not going to lie, but it's also hard to not have the life that you wanted to have when you were younger, right? It's hard to not accomplish your goals, right? So the universe didn't give you the dream for nothing, right? So why are you treating it like it doesn't matter, right? That's what I want to ask you guys, right? Let today be the day you move. Let today be the day you guys start, you act, you begin, because no one's coming to push you. But maybe, just maybe, this is the push you've been waiting for. If you guys are watching this video, I am, nicely pushing you guys to really chase those goals and really, go after your dreams, guys. So, what's one thing that you guys have been putting off for your future that you desperately need to start today? That's what I want you guys to think about. And then what's one step you can take right now before this video even ends, right? Think about things that as soon as you close your phone, close your laptop, what's one thing that you can start on right now, right? I just want you guys to think about maybe some of the goals you've been thinking about, or some of the aspirations you want to go after or achieve. I would really recommend you guys just stop hesitating and just start, right? So drop it in the comments below, and if this hit your heart or if you found value out of this, don't keep it to yourself. Feel free to share it. And as I always say, guys, there's links in my description if you ever want to meet or discuss anything, or send me an email, whatever it may be. But I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you guys in the next video.